Who is Alan Andrews?
Who am I?
Please.
Oh, listen, I'm just like everybody else here, trying to survive, try and move on.
Tell us about the Old Barracks Coffee Roastery and what you managed to create in the last 2 years.
The Old Barracks, so I was very lucky to get the building in 2015. And
the building is where, Alan, for those that don't know?
So it's an old, it's a 300-year-old stone building in the middle of Bird Hill Village. And it was Browsers, it was Tipperary Crystal, and it is located beside Matthew Thrasher's here in the village. So there are 3 buildings in the village. There's us, there's Matthew Thrasher's next door, and a pub across the road. And the other 2 are closed. I don't see closing as an option in the long term, so I'm playing the long-term game here. And what I've explained to the staff is that I think we're in a pre-opening position. So if I knew now what I knew 3 years ago, I would be very bullish about what we can achieve. But I had low expectations 3 years ago, but high standards, I suppose you could say. So now we're preparing to open a new business. I know what the potential of our business is in terms of just looking at coffee to go, street food, opening an artisan food store, wholesale business. It took me nearly 2 years to put a team in place to run the business the way I need to run the business. So now I'm actually in a super space. I'm in a super position. I think that where we are now is we're pre-opening. We have a load of jobs to do, like rebranding, putting stuff online, painting the building, cleaning floors, and it's all the stuff that we have to do for a pre-opening. Every business is looking at this as doom and gloom, we're going to close. I'm going, forget that. We're pre-opening phase here. We're planning. We're getting ready to open again, because we will open again. We'll open again in 4 months. It might cost me 30 grand. It might cost me 50 grand, but we can turn over $1 million.
The lovely Orla Foley, you're very welcome to Coffee with Colm Live. Please tell us, who is Orla Foley?
Thanks for having me, Colm. I am a physiotherapist with a holistic twist. I was reared in Killaloe since I was 4 years of age, so I'm living and working in my hometown, which is a privilege. It's a beautiful town. And I've over 24 years of experience, and I'm 19 years in self-practice. You know, we're always going to have crises in our lives. There's going to be challenges. And that's one of the big lessons of when my brother died in 2016, what I learned, the real suffering in life is expecting life to be fair. Life isn't fair. That's challenges, just how best we choose to deal with them. And we have a choice. And yes, unlike everyone, I feel the fear, it's palpable in the air, it's uncertain times. I'm doing my best, look after my own needs, look after my own well-being, eating well, exercising, sleeping, good hygiene, limiting how much media I'm watching a day.
Orla, when I met you first, some time back, you mentioned in passing that your brother had passed, and I obviously sympathised with you. I'm sure the listeners here and the viewers are doing the same. But I was taken aback when I realised that we all knew your brother. Anthony Foley, the man, the brother, the father, the husband, the legend.
No, he's an amazing man, and when he went through his own challenge with his job, I always believed and kept the faith, and I really did believe everything would come right for his team. He had all the right attitude in there, a great team spirit, and I think that's why I believe everything will come right for us as a nation, because we have the good attitude, we've got great team spirit, we're all in this together.
Are you positive about the future once this thing lifts?
Very positive, and one of the things I'd love to say is I feel very supported by our government, all the measures they've put in place and all the offers, and I really feel as a country we're really showing the best we can. Everyone is doing the best, and I always believe in the Irish. We're great. We will rise again, as they say, and we're doing it hopefully with lessons learned. Maybe we all needed to slow down a bit. Maybe we all needed to have a little bit more time in our schedule, and maybe we go back to the old way of one day of rest a week where we're not scheduling things, we're not busy having to-do lists, and that we just have that time for ourselves.
founder and owner of Prudence Moneypenny Coaching, the only certified money coach in Ireland, soldier's wife, 3-time best-selling author, entrepreneur, lover of all things purple. And then she goes on to tell us that her weaknesses include really good coffee. Happy days, that's not a weakness, that's a strength. Super fast broadband and nut butter on rice cakes. Projects in the pipeline include another book, World Domination, and an online course. Aoife Gaffney, who is Aoife Gaffney prior to and outside of Prudence Moneypenny?
Gosh, who am I? Well, I'm the same person I was a minute ago, and the same person I was 50 and a half years ago, but we've just changed the way I do things. So I'm a parent, I'm an author, I'm a coach, I'm a daughter, a sister. I'm still all of those things and will continue to be all of those things. And I will still continue to run my business, but I will just do it slightly differently. I'm Irish. I live in Ireland. I'm a parent. I have an amazing son. He's 28-year-old, 27, what's the remember? 27, yes, 27-year-old son, a gorgeous husband, got married again recently. I'm the only certified money coach in Ireland. I'm a retired qualified financial advisor, probably 20 or so more years in the financial services sector. And so my own journey through to becoming a certified coach came from, as most people's, your business or the thing that you do, your purpose, comes from a life experience. So the reason I started to explore money coaching was having been left in debt, quite substantially in debt twice. I know that I need more money in and less going out. Why am I repeating these patterns of behavior? And at the time I was working in debt negotiation and debt management, and I started to see very similar patterns in other people. But these were intelligent people who were repeating patterns of behavior that didn't serve them. And I thought, oh, there is more to this. I'm not the only person who does goofy things. And so I started to look at the reasons why we do things and the whole psychology of money. And that then brought me on the field of money coaching. And it's a field of neuroeconomics, which is really, really interesting.
By all accounts, you're remaining extremely positive about the future, despite where we're at today.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I haven't had internal crises and wobbles and had those brief what's the point moments. But they have been moments, and I've articulated them and expressed them and argued with myself about them. And then I thought, okay, well, as my husband would say, he would say, let there be no panic, because if you panic, if you panic, you can't think clearly. So he said, let there be no panic, and if there's panic, let it be organized.